Imagine this. You are at a party and your friend asks, "Did you finish that project you were working on?" You pause, then say, "Yeah, I got it done," even though you're still a couple of days behind. Why did you lie? Maybe to avoid the embarrassment of admitting you're late, or because you didn't want your friend to worry. Surprisingly, lying in situations like this is incredibly common. According to research, both men and women lie in about a fifth of their social exchanges that last 10 minutes or longer. Over the course of a week, we deceive around 30% of the people we interact with one on one. These lies may seem small, but they happen very frequently. What's interesting is that men and women tend to lie for slightly different reasons. Women are more likely to tell lies to protect others' feelings, while men often lie about themselves to create a more impressive image. So, why do we lie so much? The main reason is simple. We perceive some kind of benefit from it, whether it's avoiding embarrassment, protecting ourselves from consequences, or making ourselves look better. We tend to believe that the lie will help us in some way. For example, we might lie to a friend about why we're late to avoid disappointing them, or say we've read a certain book to seem more knowledgeable. These lies often serve to protect and enhance the liar, either psychologically or socially. Lying can be broken down into 11 main reasons. 1. To avoid being judged or feeling shame. 2. To avoid punishment or consequences. 3. To protect themselves from retaliation. 4. For no clear reason. This can be compulsive lying. 5. To present themselves in a positive way and impress others. 6. To gain rewards. 7. Due to carelessness. 8. For the thrill of deceiving others. 9. To keep personal information private. 10. For pro-social reasons, like praising a child's drawing to encourage creativity. 11. For altruistic reasons, to protect others from harm. Each of these reasons revolve around protecting ourselves or achieving some benefit, whether it's emotional, social, or material. But lying isn't just a mental process, it's a physical one too. When we lie, several parts of our brain become active. First, the frontal lobe helps us suppress the truth. This is the part of the brain responsible for higher thinking. This region is capable of dishonesty because it's involved in decision making and intellectual control. Next, the limbic system gets triggered. It's the part of the brain which deals with emotions. Lying often comes with anxiety and guilt, and this part of the brain handles the stress that comes with deception. Finally, the temporal lobe is activated, as it retrieves memories and helps us create a mental image of the lie. Telling the truth is much less stressful for the brain. When we're honest, the frontal lobe isn't working as hard to suppress the truth, and the limbic system isn't handling the emotional load of lying. If you're finding this video interesting, don't forget to subscribe. Now, let's look at some ways to spot when someone might be lying. One of the most important strategies is to observe their baseline behavior first. Pay attention to how they act when they're relaxed or telling the truth. This includes their eye movement, tone of voice, and body language. Once you have established their baseline, look for deviations when you think they're lying. Here, a few key signs to watch for. Eyes. Are they avoiding eye contact or looking a different direction than usual? Voice. Is their tone different? A cracking or trembling voice can indicate discomfort. Body language. Look for unusual fidgeting, exaggerating gestures, or delayed responses. Liars often take longer to answer questions as they construct their lies. They might also use more buffer words like or like to stall the time. Once you've got a good read on someone's baseline, any sudden changes in behavior might indicate deception. However, it's important to remember that none of these signs are definitive on their own. A person might be nervous or anxious for other reasons, so it's always best to consider the broader context. One effective technique you can use is asking someone to tell their story in reverse. A liar will often struggle to keep the details straight when recalling events backwards, because it's harder to maintain a fabricated story in that order. In many cases, trusting your gut reaction can be more accurate than relying on any single body language cue. Now you may wonder, is lying ever okay? Psychology suggests that there are situations where lying is considered ethically acceptable by most people. For instance, many believe it's okay to lie to someone who is emotionally fragile, near death, or could be confused by the truth. It's also considered more acceptable when lying helps someone maintain dignity in a public situation or when it prevents unnecessary harm. Lies that are subjective or trivial are also often seen as harmless, like complimenting someone's outfit or telling a white lie to keep the peace. However, it's important to weigh the consequences of lying, even in these cases. While it might feel justified at the moment, repeated deceit can damage trust and relationships over time. So, what do you think? Was the person or the party right to lie about their project being done? Or would honesty have been the better choice? Remember, while lying can seem like an easy way out, telling the truth is often a more sustainable and peaceful choice. Plus, it's much easier to keep track of.